Welcome inside Stone Soup Studios. You are here for KXVS Sports tonight with SG, Stephanie Guerrero.
What up, what up?
Alex Woods.
Yep.
I threw the government name out there.
You sure did. The whole thing.
Forgot for a second.
I sure did.
It's all good. We back. We haven't been here in a while.
That's the man on the board, man with the plan. He's always getting stuff done. You gotta appreciate that guy right there. And then of course myself, London Mark. Thank you for joining us. Like Alex said, we haven't been here in a while. Especially the three of us who haven't been in studio for a while. Took a little sabbatical, a little break, as I like to say. But we're back. And
New night,
Monday night. Mm-hmm. We might add another night to the weekly rotation.
so stay tuned.
We'll let you know.
You ready,
We'll be
folks?
keeping that
We're coming.
updated.
And I know that the two of you are going to be doing a Saturday show.
That's right.
Yes.
On Freedomizer Radio, 9 to 10:30 every Saturday.
So we're trying to figure out how we can get our listeners that are already here with KXVS to bring them in to bridge that gap, so we can get more listeners,
Let's unite everybody.
more people.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do here is unite the people.
We're trying.
Right?
Definitely trying.
Hey, man, that's all you can do.
All right.
And let's be honest. It's one of the best times of the entire year, especially from a sports perspective.
Yes, it is.
It is Super Bowl week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
No, it is.
Super Bowl week.
If baseball kind of overlapped in here, I'd be in heaven, but we can't get
Delta baseball has already started,
It's not quite the same.
but
Well, I hear they're good.
It's some baseball.
Yeah, but spring training doesn't start till April, so for me, that's actual baseball.
Well, I mean, we're gonna phase out of football, and then we're gonna go right into baseball.
That's true. It is a quick
Right.
transition, so I can't really complain too much.
Baseball's right around the corner. But we do have the NFC Atlanta Falcons versus the AFC New England Patriots.
Go Falcons, let's go! And I say that knowing he's a Patriots fan. Everybody,
You know what? I picked the Falcons to win 2 weeks ago. The whole thing.
Yeah,
I did. After they beat the Seahawks.
they look good this
They
year.
do.
They really do.
They look
And
good. This
so they play at NRG Stadium in Houston, 3:30 Pacific time approximately. So it should be a great game. Lots of storylines, whether it's white jerseys, Deflategate, dogs or goats picking the winners, etc. But I want to start off with a cold open debate. Something I've been hearing going around the airwaves. No definitive answer, so I think it's a great place for us to start. Who is more responsible for the continued success in New England? Tom Brady or Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick, without a
Yeah,
doubt. I mean
absolutely.
that's a easy transition for the answer. Bill
If there
Belichick.
is no Belichick, what is Brady?
Well, he'd still be good.
Not in the same program though. He's been completely developed in that program and advanced much more by his coach. Like he knew what his best qualities were, and he utilized those from the beginning. He's never had to go back and forth with multiple coaches. He's never had to deal with major people coming in and taking his spot. He's always had that person behind his back pushing him forward as a quarterback.
How many quarterback coaches has he had? He's had a couple at least.
Good question.
Because I know, what's the gentleman's name that was there, then went and coached at Denver, and then went back.
Josh McDaniels.
Yes, Josh McDaniels.
The offensive coordinator.
That's the one that's the first one I think of. But
I don't know if he's had anybody else.
Well, there had to be somebody.
Well, there had to be
when he
someone
left.
before him.
So that's why I say.
And while he left.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty young guy.
Yeah, and that's why I say he has to at least had two. But you're right. I mean, the consistency of the coaching staff is one of the mainstays of New England that makes them as good as they are.
And even every year, it's always, Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels, are they going to be interviewing? They're going to interview their top tier interviewing candidate, but then they never actually leave.
And what's funny is you don't. And this is for me from just going back in thoughts without looking up the research. How many of the defensive coordinators have been in positions for head coaching jobs in New England? Because in my mind, it's
Romeo
usually,
Crennel.
Uh-huh.
Romeo Crennel.
He was a defensive coordinator?
Yeah, when he was in New England, that was his job.
Don't
Right?
second guess the Patriots fan.
No, I'm not going to, because I thought that he was just part of the coaching tree back in Cleveland.
But didn't he spent time in New England at the beginning of their
At the
success?
beginning of it all?
Yeah.
Okay, so he might have brought him from Cleveland for a little bit.
probably.
Then he went back to Cleveland, the coach. And Okay. Well, all right. Well, there's one.
Yeah, Romeo
because
Crennel.
he's a great.
I'm surprised he doesn't. I'm surprised he's not a head coach.
Well, he was. He's
Well,
not.
I know he was.
He's not a good one. You know, I would. There's some coaches that are just are good at their position coaching. So a good defensive coach, or the first person I think of is Norv Turner. Norv Turner is a great offensive coordinator, great offensive mind, horrible head coach. Horrible head coach. Look at his records as a head coach compared to as an offensive coordinator, and that just tells you some guys aren't fit to be the lead.
Jack Del Rio. His first stint of head coaching didn't go very well.
Oh,
Look at him now.
They went to the playoffs. They
went to the playoff once.
Super Bowl attempt, but at the same time, it was an expansion team.
Yeah.
So how many? All right, I'll give you that. But you see now he's had that experience. He was a defensive coordinator for the Broncos. Now he brings all that plus the head coaching experience in Jacksonville, and now he kind of sees where he wants to be. I like Romeo Crennel. I would give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
We're going to get into something very later. I don't know if you have it in what you want to talk about, but it's something I saw before we got here as far as new coaching hires and get your take on that. But it's New England. It all comes down to Belichick, in my opinion.
I think it's Brady.
Really?
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is just because it's been Belichick, he doesn't keep anybody.
Right.
The only consistent piece that he's had there has been Brady. Right? He's the only person who's still on the team now who was on the team back in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere, I believe it was an article on CBSSports.com, that the only time Bill Belichick has ever had 3 quarterbacks on the roster was right after Brady got drafted. And the reason why he had 3 quarterbacks on the roster was because he didn't want to cut Brady. And he thought Brady was the future.
Well, I would say when Brady and what's his name got hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Castle, right?
No, Bledsoe.
No. I'm thinking when Brady went down and Castle, and then they had Jacoby Briscoe or no.
Oh, you're talking about this year with Brissett.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt with the shoulder injury.
Yeah. When they both were hurt, and then they had the third string. So there's another.
Yeah, they added. I think they added him because they're thinking about getting rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. And so, my answer to that is, I think it's Tom Brady. But then again, you're talking about 2 people who are possibly the greatest at what they've done in terms of their specific positions. Coaching, quarterback. It might be a combination of both.
Would Tom Brady be Tom Brady without Belichick?
I think Tom Brady would be great without Bill Belichick. But would he be as great without Bill Belichick? Probably not.
And that's why I say you have to give the nod to Belichick. The one position that
does it work the other way around?
Belichick could be whoever he wants because he's that great coach in mind.
Well, yeah, because then the question is can he develop another player just as well as he developed Brady? And I think as long as they had the same basic skill set as Brady had coming in, he could have developed anybody into that position.
Well, I guess we'll find out after, who knows,
the next
7 years from now, after Brady retires, if Bill Belichick can continue to win. And I know one of his goals, Bill Belichick's goals, is to win a championship post Brady. So after Brady leaves New England, his goal is to win a championship. It's
a quarterback-driven league, and you stumbled on one of the great quarterbacks of all time. Lucky you. The thing is, Tom Brady does one thing. He throws the ball. He doesn't pick the players on the roster. He doesn't go out and search the wide receivers. He doesn't set up the defense. He doesn't call any defensive calls. So you have to say it has to be Belichick because he controls everything else. Yes, he doesn't keep anybody except for Brady. Why? Quarterback-driven league. You have to. So everybody else is expendable. If you have that good of mind, 2 of the best minds in football, Peyton Manning, Bill Belichick. So if you can go out there as a coach and kind of think as a quarterback like Peyton Manning and put your guys in the positions, then you don't need top-tier talent as wide receivers.
You don't think part of that is part of Tom Brady?
Yes.
You think
because of how good he is. But
But Bill Belichick
give
is the guy pulling
give
the
me a
strings.
medium to next level quarterback and still have Bill Belichick. They would still have these good records. They might not have all the championships, but they would still be producing. They'd still be talking about, is this one of the greatest dynasties? Because he's able to bring in people. He's I just lost my train of thought. He's able to put the pieces in place.
Yeah.
Regardless of how good they are.
The one time Brady was ever hurt, 2008, got hurt the first game of the season.
And what
they
happened?
go 11-5 with Matt Castle.
Exactly.
So
with Matt Castle.
definitely fair.
What does Matt Castle
And Matt Castle leaves, does nothing.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing. You know what's funny? I always think it's funny how people look at Patriots quarterbacks, Patriots backup quarterbacks, and they go, "Oh yeah, we definitely want to get that guy. You know, he's been playing behind Tom Brady for the past 3 or 4 years. Let's get that guy." Then they leave and they never do anything. Castle, Hoyer, Mallett, none of them have done anything outside of New England.
You were expecting them to?
No.
You would think so, though.
But it's funny because I just gave 3 examples. The 3 quarterbacks who have played behind Tom Brady. None of them have left New England and done anything. And now and now people are talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. Like Jimmy Garoppolo is the next great godsend. And I mean, he played well when he played this season under Belichick.
Right.
But we've never seen him play anywhere else. And I don't know why people are still like, "Oh yeah, let's go get that guy."
But this is the NFL where Matt Flynn had a good half season and got a max contract from the Raiders.
Well, it's like you said, quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Quarterback-driven league. Everyone's trying to find the next great quarterback. So
that's just how it is. You either it's a flip of a coin, and you just have to deal with it. The good thing about the Patriots, you have Bill Belichick on the other side of that coin. So if Brady goes down, you know that you still have a mind in the building every game, every practice that will put you guys in the position to win. I mean, you had the third-string quarterback. They were winning games.
They won one game with him, but yes, you're right.
It was a big win.
It was a big win.
That one game mattered, man.
It did.
It mattered.
It did.
And then they lost the next one. What was it? 16 points to nothing to the
That one
Buffalo
game.
Bills.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, the Bills.
Well, third string to
And it was at home. They lost at home. They got shut out at home.
Bill Belichick ain't throwing.
So, oh my
I mean, I'd have to give the nod to Belichick. As far as overall, if you're just looking at seasons, then you could give it to a player. But if you're looking at overall dynasty and who makes or breaks it, it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, the guy that Kraft brought in.
Yeah.
So in the great pantheon of coaches, where does Belichick land for you?
Oh, so I would just put him the top 3, probably. Well, top 4. No order, because it's a hard one. It's a hard one,
especially considering eras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Belichick. I'm thinking Madden. I'm thinking Bill Walsh. Shula. And that's not even one. Shula wasn't even one I had. Neither was Jimmy Johnson. What was the other one?
What, Cower? No, not Cower.
No, you gotta give that to Landry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Who do you got over there? It's so hot.
I'm Instagramming live right now because you guys were in deep thought. So I'm saying hi to everybody if you guys want to say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Honestly, I didn't catch that last part. I'm over here thinking about how hot it is. It is like crazy hot in here. I don't know if they turned the heater on us or they're just trying to get us out the building.
They're trying to smoke us out.
I mean, I know our conversation is hot, but goodness, I wasn't ready for this.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So where would you put him, real quick?
Bill Belichick in terms of the great coaches. Where's he ranked for you?
See, now I got to get past my personal bias of not liking him or the Patriots at all.
It's hard to like the Emperor, I know.
Yeah, probably not. He's all right. I'd put him up there, I'll be honest. I mean, it's hard to argue with someone who has such a great winning background and he has so many people that he has developed into great players. Like Tom Brady, even though I don't like Brady. But it's hard to argue with a winning formula. So at top 5, maybe. Yeah, I put him up there, top 5, top 10, at the least top 10. But I'd say top 5.
Once you get up in the top 8, it's hard. It's hard to decipher who goes where because you said eras. Which are you now? You're saying is this era better than that one? Well,
Is this era more difficult to play in past eras?
Well, and just think about it. What if they had the technology back then? What if they had the trainers and the
free agency
and the regulations and
better shoes, knowing about knee injuries and other injuries a little bit more,
rule changes,
that's the number one right there. When you especially when you talk about Tom Brady. Now, if Tom Brady played back in the day, in the 80s,
getting stabbed in the neck and
his crybaby self wouldn't have made
things would be a lot different, especially when you think about
cry.
Since when? This year?
You didn't see the sarcasm?
I'm like, wait a minute. I need to look. I didn't see that. I thought he was
He drops them every now and then.
Goodness. I didn't recognize it coming out of his mouth.
But when you really think about it, the level of that the defense isn't allowed to do anything anymore.
And then they changed the rule this year for the kickoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah. So I mean, he's lucky to
try
play
to railroad
the
defense out of the league. I tell you, man.
It's going to be glorified flag football in the next 10 years.
Dude,
I'm surprised
I didn't realize that until I played on Madden either. That they had officially made that rule change. For the kickoffs. Oh man, that's annoying.
Yeah. Instead of having the flag football at halftime of the Pro Bowl, they're gonna.
Is that what that was?
You saw that?
I saw a bit of it. I was like, are they playing with no?
It's a real league.
Is that football? When they were touching? What is going on here?
There is a actual NFL sponsored flag football league.
Oh yeah, they were doing the official league. I saw that the other day.
Oh, interesting.
You should get in it, man.
Sure. No, I'm good.
No?
I'll take you guys both out.
Anybody would take me out right now.
Stand a chance, guys.
She should play.
I can't do nothing.
Well, there's another great team that's going to be in the Super Bowl. The Atlanta Falcons.
Yes. Let's go Falcons. And I'm a Falcons fan.
What'd you say?
It's about time.
It's about time that they made it there?
Yeah.
Well, so I want to know who you guys think has the edge in this game. The over-under is 58.5. The Patriots are favored by 3. I don't really know why the Patriots are favored by 3.
Because they're the Patriots.
I mean,
they're always favored.
Come on.
It doesn't matter who they're playing. They are always favored.
Has no one seen the Atlanta Falcons play?
They don't.
Oh my gosh.
They look at how many of them probably look at names and they're like, oh, Falcons? Oh, it's the Falcons though. Oh, Patriots. Oh, but it's the Patriots.
Okay, so who? Come through, but who on the Patriots are you gonna name?
I couldn't name anybody except for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Right? And Gronk's not playing. Right? You look at the Falcons.
Gronk's not playing in the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't think so. I thought
he's
hurt.
Okay. I thought he was.
Yeah, he got hurt.
And they don't even utilize Martellus Bennett.
Before the playoffs, he got hurt.
Yeah, man.
Because I was trying to draft for him in the fantasy football league, and then when I tried to get him, I was like, "Oh, why? He just got hurt again."
Yeah.
Never mind.
Before we go to the Atlanta Falcons, I wanted to touch on this with the Patriots. What is funny to me is that it's not that the random no names that get play and end up having good careers out of the Patriots. It's the guys who have had success in the NFL going to the Patriots and then not being able to produce, and then they fall off and then they're gone.
Like who?
Chad Johnson is one.
Yeah.
Ocho Cinco?
Yeah, that's one. The guy from the Washington Redskins, the defensive lineman, I forgot his name. He couldn't pass a physical for the longest. And then when he finally did, he couldn't understand their defensive line calls, everything. So he just fell to the wayside. There have been so many guys.
Reggie Wayne dropped off the team.
Reggie Wayne?
He voluntarily. Yeah.
So there's been so many guys. Just one guy that I think of that has had success before the Patriots.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss
at the end of his career.
Yeah.
He was amazing no matter who he played for, though.
Exactly. He wasn't amazing. He wasn't amazing when he played for the Raiders.
No, but
I think that was more of his motivation, though.
But in all fairness, how many careers have the Raiders not kept going? They didn't.
The Raiders messed up Jerry Rice's reception record. That really messed me up back in the day when they messed up Jerry Rice's reception record.
No,
they couldn't get him one reception.
Not one. That's right. He was only there for 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, he had a record going where he had one reception in the game for years.
And all he needed was one.
Yeah.
They couldn't get him the ball one time the whole game and messed his whole thing up.
Talk about a quarterback-driven league. Them quarterbacks wasn't driving nothing.
Who was the quarterback?
But right into the wall.
Who was the quarterback? Was that Rich Gannon? Was it still Rich Gannon?
No.
No. It wasn't. They had some crybaby ones for a while.
And they had a lot of them.
Who was the quarterback when Jerry Rice was there?
They really had.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Huh? Jamarcus Russell?
No.
They
could go to New England.
They better not let Jamarcus Russell play for the.
He could go to New England and might do something.
We'll see. Maybe he could Maybe he could be a fullback.
That's how much faith I have in what they're able to do over there, even though I hate them. But that's it.
That's crazy, man. I still don't understand how the Patriots are favored by 3. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's the Patriots. They've been there before.
They kind of just get it. It's like an automatic
that,
head nod that they get no matter what.
Hey, nothing is given to you in this league ever.
Unless you're the Patriots.
Never.
Unless you're the Patriots.
No, it's not.
Unless you're the
never.
I got some choice words from fans that are thinking the same thing. I'd say them, but we're on air, so I don't think they'll pass. But apparently, I'm not the only non-Brady fan, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No, well, we knew that already.
But we're listening. We see you out there.
Yeah, we got you. But Matt Ryan playing with Julio Jones. Young defense playing extremely well, getting better and better every week. They look hot, man. They are hot. And Matt Ryan has touchdowns to 13 different receivers this season. Receivers, tight ends, and running backs.
Is he
the MVP of the league this year? If we take out postseason play, is he still the MVP of the league? 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 4,944 yards with I believe it's a league-leading 117.1 passer rating.
I can see that because the thing about Matt Ryan is he's played like this almost every year. There is just a significant drop-off at a certain point every season, and it's usually right when the playoffs happen.
And not this year.
No. But do you say it's because he has more weapons? He has 2 good running backs, Tevin Coleman and the starter.
The other guy.
Devontae Freeman.
Devontae Freeman. That guy. We know about him.
They have Julio Jones. They have Mohamed Sanu.
Gabriel, who's pretty good.
And then the defense. The young defense is playing real good.
Yeah.
So is it that? Is it the extras? Or has Matt Ryan finally turned that corner that everybody thought he would 2 or 3 seasons ago?
Well, you can't do it alone. Ever. You can never do it alone. I think it's the emergence of the running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Julio Jones has been there. Not there in terms of this point of the season for him, but this is his first Super Bowl. But he's been on the team. He's been around. They've always had other receivers opposite of Julio Jones. But really, over the past couple years, we've seen the emergence of Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman. Kind of the way we saw Giovanni Bernard and Jeremy Hill emerge in Cincinnati, just with more success, obviously, here. So who has the edge in this game? Is it the Falcons' offense? Is it the Patriots' experience? Is it something else? Who do you give the edge to and why?
I mean, first of all, you got to give it to Bill Belichick because he's been there. He knows how to get his team in that type of mind frame for the game. However, when you look over there and you see there's no Gronk, you see that LeGarrette Blount has the lion's share of the carries, and you see with
18 touchdowns this season.
18 touchdowns,
league leading.
But Deion Lewis, who is the second running back, has 64 carries for 283 yards in the season.
He's been hurt all season, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything against him. I'm just saying we recognize there's only one running back there that you have to worry about.
Ooh, I don't know if that's true.
Who?
Deion Lewis had a big game this playoffs. He scored like 3 touchdowns. He scored a returning touchdown, a running touchdown, and a passing touchdown. The first player to ever do that in the playoffs.
Okay, well, let me rephrase that. I don't see them using him more than they use LeGarrette Blount. So when you're doing your game plan, you're game planning for the most part for Blount. Yeah, you're going to throw in some things to be to watch out for Lewis because he's a whole different type of running back style. But for the most part, 299 carries, 1,181 yards, 4 yards per carry. They're going to depend on that. They're going to throw some wrinkles in there with Lewis, but for the most part, you're going to have to focus and make sure that you don't let this guy start running on you. Because if Blount starts to run on you, then for sure they're going to bring in Lewis. Because then if the power game is running, the fast game is going to do the same.
Hey, if the Thunder's working, you got to throw in some lightning.
Exactly. So I would say at the end of it, because There is no Gronk. They don't use Martellus Bennett like they should. Then you turn it over to Atlanta because their offense is flowing.
Yep.
They can throw it to the ball boy, and he's going to go for 40.
Yeah. According to Kev, our listeners, he says it's Matt Ryan. It's all Matt. He's turned the corner, and he's helping the team out. So I can't see it not being beneficial.
Guys, he has 4,944 yards.
Yeah.
And 38 touchdowns.
And look at that passer rating. 117.
So
he's balling.
he has 10 more touchdowns than Tom Brady. But Tom Brady did
Miss 4 games.
Miss 4 games. I like what I'm seeing in Atlanta. I mean,
how could you not?
But here's when have you not liked what you saw in Atlanta? Because their offense is always clicking, man. They're always clicking. Like I said, it's just at some point they fall off. I just don't see it this year.
You don't see it. You don't see him.
It is what it is.
Sealing the deal, huh?
No. I don't see them falling off.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
He doesn't see him falling off.
So we got predictions.
What do you think? Who has the edge in this game?
I'm going with Atlanta until the wheels fall off. I will never in my life ever go for the Patriots. I can't do it. I just can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, so why does Atlanta have the edge in this game?
Really, I think it's their year. They looking at their stats that they've had for the last 8 years and how they're doing this year, and with the way that they're playing and the way that they're gelling. You've got Matt Ryan. He's hitting his targets. Plus, they've got their running backs and their defense is hanging on. It's. Unless they show up drunk, hungover, and not ready to play, I can't see them not winning the Super Bowl.
Does the lack of experience hurt them?
No, I don't think so.
Or are they that good?
I think I don't want to say that they're that good. I think it's that they've got a quarterback that's been in the league a while. It's not like he's new to the game. Mm-hmm. So that...
It's not his first year in the league.
Exactly.
So
he still has that background in the league that maybe they don't know what it's like to win, but they know what it's like to be there. They know what it's like, what they need to do to be successful. So I would say...
With the veteran quarterback who's been in lots of situations.
Right. It's not like they're going in as a Niner with Kaepernick. Their first year is him in the season, and they're like, yeah, we're going to win the Super Bowl. No, he's been there.
John
he knows
Harbaugh's
what
like,
it's going to take. So, yeah, I gotta say, I'm going with them for at least a touchdown, win by 7. Even though we got the Patriots up by 3, I'm gonna say the Falcons by 7.
And we'll see what happens. Want to get to a break? Come back real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get some air.
Yeah,
hot in the studio.
Here,
grab some water.
We're in here getting crazy hot.
If you're out there watching on the live, you're out there listening. Thank you for listening. This is KXVS Sports Tonight. We'll be back here.
About 2 minutes. Chime in.
We'll be right back on KXVS.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.